what's happening? All you haters, get at
Hey,
me. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Friday, and if it's Friday, that means it's your opportunity to be heard right here on Audible Sports Podcast, where sports meets life and culture. I am half of the world's most dangerous podcast crew. That is Bobby G and Wildcard Mom. What's up, bro?
the cream always rises to the top. Hey, y'all know what it
Oh,
is. You tuned in to another episode of the Audible podcast, man. Your man Wildcard Mar in the building. Of course, always a pleasure to be here with my brother Bobby G, man. I'm
you started already, man. Speaking of cream, man, we're gonna get into it a little bit later in this episode.
Hey, man, you know I just be
Oh.
chilling, man. Vibing, bro. How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm dealing with trying to fight off this migraine all day. You know, I'll be dealing with that. But hey, playing injured, I'm gonna play through the pain. Like Tyrese Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Hey, hey,
but yeah, y'all know
nice
how
recap.
we do, man. Yeah, you like what I did there.
Fly.
Hey, we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. Shout out to the boy AP. The Saucy Jaws came out of nowhere. Pause,
Hey
Yo, that's
yo,
man.
that's
hey
crazy.
yo.
AP, that's crazy. That's crazy. AP. Damn, AP. Hey, you chose violence today? Is that what this is?
Hey man, let's go ahead, right, man. Hey, we got a special just joining us today. Before we get into that, hey,
Yeah.
y'all know what to do. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, turn your notifications on so you know the next time that we are here, you can be heard, which is every Friday at 7:05 Eastern ish. You know, we be on CPT sometimes,
Yes.
and 4:05 Pacific. Um,
Hey,
with that
hey, you
being
keep
said, man, y'all know I got my normal Friday routine, but I'm gonna do something a little bit different. AP say, is it great to be alive on a Friday night or what? Absolutely. And hey, shout out to AP. You know, he had some procedures he had to get done, and looks like he's gonna be able to return back to work doing this thing, man. So hey, shout out to AP.
sir.
Uh, hey, you know, positive energy your way, and of course, our number one fan checking in. Happy Friday, Auntie.
Absolutely.
Uh, hey, you should enjoy this one. But yeah, we can get into it. I'll do my normal thing of going through all this other stuff. But we got a special guest. He was supposed to hop on with us a couple of weeks ago. But you know, he big man this. He's big out there in the streets. He big man this.
Wow,
Man,
Just,
wow,
that's crazy. Hey, that's
hey,
wow. I was
I had to I had to do it. I had to do it. And hey, man, let me go ahead and get this man in here. Without
oh, that's
further ado, uh, Kevin Pearce, uh, the
hey
proud,
fellas,
I don't know what to call it, the proud owner.
sportscaster, sports
Yeah, there you
media,
go.
sports
Uh,
sports media mogul, broadcaster, extraordinaire, soon to be God's favorite podcaster. How y'all doing, gentlemen?
there you go,
hey,
man.
hey, I'm good. But KP, hey, look, that was Bobby. I had nothing to do with nothing like that. Letting you
Listen, you know
know,
what?
I'm letting you know that when you start shooting shots, I want you to aim at a certain particular individual. All right, and
Now, now,
that was he went rogue. He went rogue. All right, that was him. He went rogue. I had nothing to do with that. All right.
in
We're
in his
supposed to
defense,
be brothers.
I can't even be mad at it because because you flake on the podcast once, we can let it slide. Twice is when you deserve some shots. Is when you deserve some shots. Now, granted, were there valid reasons as to why it happens? Yes, but it still happens. So, fellas, I do apologize. Fans, I do apologize. That's on me. But I'm here now. You know what I mean? We're here now. Let's have some fun. Let's go ahead and get to it.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that.
I'm about to
I mean,
have some fun destroying this camera if it keep messing up. I'm tell you what.
hey, we are brothers, like Bobby. But I'm just saying, like you should have gave me the heads up that you were gonna throw the shot out there so I could be prepared, and then I could,
Hey,
like, you know,
nah. You heard Kevin Hart. Hey, we are podcast brothers. So the day that we signed up to be podcast brothers, that means that my bullshit became your bullshit, and your
wait,
bullshit became my bullshit.
wait.
I,
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Like, I just want to clarify. Like, I ended a relationship like that over like with a, Shorty thought like her bad credit was my bad credit, and I was like, no, no,
whoa,
no.
that I mean,
I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
your bad
yeah,
credit is your bad credit. I was like, whoa. I wasn't over there flossing with you on that credit card. Now, so yeah, so I kind of treated the same way, that emotional energy. So your bullshit is your
yeah.
bullshit.
That is one of my favorite comedy specials ever. Everybody know what I'm referencing. This is how can I explain? That to me still is probably Kevin Hart's best special. Yeah, all day.
And Kev got some gems, boy.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I don't understand the people who say that man ain't funny. I need y'all to check y'all ears. That man got some
Nah.
gems.
I think what it is just that ever that ever fine line that we walk in the culture. I'll say, of yeah, a lot of people do find like Mike Epps funnier than Kevin Hart because honestly, like Mike Epps relates more to cats in the hood, and Kevin Hart is like more universal. So it's that fine line. Nah, Kevin Hart funny as hell. I'm sorry, Chappelle funny as hell. Mike Epps funny. They all funny. They just it's different styles, folks. You
Yeah.
know.
Like, me personally, my personal comedic goat is Cat Williams, and yes, I've been saying
Okay.
that well before the Shannon Sharp interview. Like
Right.
the Cat Williams special in the green suit, I'll put up against
Mm.
any special
Pimp
by any
Chronicles.
comedian ever. Pimp Chronicles, I'll put that up against any comedian ever, and I like my chances.
For sure.
Like I like my odds. Like that's to me the greatest comedy special ever made. And other people
Okay.
would say Bernie Mac's hour on Kings of Comedy. Some people will say Eddie Murphy Raw. Like that's the beautiful thing about all types of art, really, but especially when it comes
Absolutely.
to comedy, it's so subjective. And just because you
Absolutely.
love one doesn't mean you hate the others. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Absolutely. But
that sound like a goat debate.
What?
The GOAT debate is Cat Williams the GOAT? I don't
Never
know. I
mind.
don't know. Mine.
Ah,
Trying to start nothing. I'm not trying to start. I just said it sounds like a goat debate. That's all.
I mean, we
okay.
can definitely have that conversation one episode. I would damn sure wouldn't mind it. You know how we
I
do.
say have me back on. I'm more than happy to debate Go comedians.
Absolutely. So we'll say that for later. And right before I throw this camera out the window, let me go ahead and this right now and use this freaking. There it is. I swear to God,
Hey,
man. But K Pearce, we're gonna have a couple good minutes with the young man. I came across this young man, as y'all know, on Tuesdays. I usually do a little something with the fellas over at the rec room. Shout out to the boy K Witt and Jay on the MIC.
Shout out.
And me and this young man were both guests on the program. We got chopping it up before the show, and hey, man, I kind of I'm gonna put a pause barrier over this whole statement. Kind of felt a little connection, little vibe. I was like, I get good energy from this guy. Checked out some of his content. It was like, okay, I see him doing this thing. And so before we get into the good stuff, figure we throw a little Q&A at him. So how long have you been podcasting? What piqued your interest? What got you into it?
The first time I ever picked up a podcast microphone was 2020. I had a small interview show modeled strongly after Combat Jack. In like right as the pandemic started and needed something to do, was interviewing people
Right.
that I just thought was interesting. But come 2022 is when I really started doing the solo, the monologue, 1 minute reel, TikTok, YouTube shorts, just a quick bang bang. Here's my take on this. Here's my edit on this, and that's kind of where I've evolved my style into. Now we're doing more long form in the series I'm on to promote today by the name of Sports Guard, which I'm incredibly happy about, and quite honestly, I think is the best thing I've ever made.
Okay. And going into that, like, describe your style a little bit, because I said I checked out some of your content. It's I would describe it as educationally comedic.
That's such a great way to put it, because the last thing I want to be is preachy, but but also I don't want to be a clown while on camera. Like I
Right.
want to make sure I'm not just picking up and hey, shuck it, duck it, quack quack. Like I'm not just coming on to to
Hey,
just crack.
Sucky
Just
Ducky
crack.
Quack Quack is a great comedian, by the way.
He's a great comedian, but I'm not a comedian. Like I
Right.
I'm not a comedian. That's not what I do. I'm not here to just tell my jokes and leave. There are people who do that. They go on their social media. They got their little catchphrases, and they come on and they do their skits and they go and they live a happy life. God bless them. That's just not what I've ever been into. Even
Right.
in the realm of sports, there are people who stick to sports. There are people who look at the racial history of sports and ignore them. And again, God bless them. More power to you. That's just never been what I'm into. But I'm also not a history teacher.
Okay.
I'm not here to lecture nobody. I'm not here to do none of that. We're still here to have some fun. Like we still here to kick it. But while we're kicking it, I'm gonna just go ahead and slide you some knowledge across the table. It's gonna be next.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be next. It's gonna be next to the bottle. But I'm gonna slide you some knowledge across the table.
Absolutely. Like one of my favorite ones to watch was little short you did on the Rooney Rule. I actually picked up some knowledge on that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Can I
So
expound? Can I expound for the people who haven't seen it?
hey, feel free.
So what most people don't know about the Rooney Rule is it is actually named after the wrong person. The person who it should be named after is Johnny Cochran. Yes, the Johnny Cochran from the OJ trial. Because once Tony Dungy and Dennis Green got fired, and I believe in 2002, I've done the
Mhm.
script so long ago, I don't remember the exact year. So 2002, there were no black coaches in the NFL, and Johnny
Mhm.
Cochran was like, I'm not going for it, and threatened to sue the league over their hiring practices. Put an entire study together showing how much better the six at that point in NFL history, again, this is 2002, of a
Right.
dang near 100-year league at that point, how great they had been at their job as opposed to their white counterparts. Yet again, there's only six of them at that point.
Mm.
So that threat got into the ears of the right people in the NFL, which led to what eventually became the Rooney Rule. And he eventually spearheaded the committee that led to diversity. And I'm telling the story behind that because most people never heard that story until that
Mm.
moment. I didn't hear that story until like a year ago. I just couldn't find the right way to make a video about it until February. But but that those type of stories in sports are what's interesting to me. We can sit here, we can talk about the score, we could do the GOAT debate, LeBron versus Jordan, but everyone's doing that. How many people are
Mhm.
going to dig into crates and look for the story on the margins that a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people will find interesting? That's what I pride myself on the most.
Mm.
Okay.
I dig that.
Uh, yeah. I mean, that's excellent. What are and it's funny because we'll talk about this later. Um, what are your goals? What are your ambitions for the future?
I say this halfway facetiously, halfway not. I want to be the greatest sportscaster to ever live.
Hey.
And by that I mean I look at my idols, I look at a Stuart Scott, a Amar Rashad, a Dan Patrick, a Bill Simmons, a whoever, and I say I want to be that's the bar for me.
Absolutely.
Whatever method this goes for me, whether it continues to be through social media, whether it's through linear television, I want to be my version of that. And funny enough, that's how I landed on the series Sports Guard, which is more docu series than the traditional things I do on social media.
Okay.
Because you look at bits and pieces of the great people that you want to emulate. In this case, Bill Simmons, he's the founder of 30 for 30. He came up with the
Yeah.
concept of 30 for 30. So
Yeah.
I've been thinking pretty much since I started, what is my 30 for 30 going to be?
Okay.
Mm.
And I think with Sports Guard, I found it. I think this is what it's going to be. This isn't disclaimer. This isn't me saying that this is 30 for 30 because it isn't. Not yet, at least. But
Right.
this is going to be my docu series I am known for, along with all the other things that I do. The same way Bill Simmons is known for 30 for 30, along with being probably the greatest sports podcaster to ever live.
Mm.
All right. All right. And you talk about series, your sports guard. What inspired you to create that particular format?
So funny enough, the host of The Bachelor. so during the NFL 100, right? One
Okay.
of the greatest, they were counting down the 100 greatest plays of all time, and the host of
Right.
The Bachelor, Chris something, I can't remember his last name for the death of me. I'm sure somebody in the comments is gonna say his name.
Right.
So he was talking about the catch, Dwight Clark. The catch,
Okay.
for y'all that don't know, one of the greatest plays in NFL history. Dwight Clark, tight end for the 49ers, caught the game winning touchdown against the Cowboys that started the
Mm-hmm.
49ers dynasty of the 80s and ended the Cowboys dynasty of the 70s. This iconic play.
Right.
The Bachelor host was telling you from the perspective of a Cowboys fan and talking about the time he met Dwight Clark as an adult And the first thing he called him was, "You son of a bitch, you ruined my childhood." And that to me was the funniest thing in the world, because we talk about the greatest moments in sports history all the time, completely forgetting that this is sports. Beyond every great moment is another team that got their childhood ruined behind this great moment. So that's the side of the story I'm focusing on. Funny enough, the first episode of Sports Guard is about the catch. My coach, my high school head coach, Coach Michael Neesmith. Thank you so much for coming on, Coach. He was the Cowboys fan that had the pleasure of being in the hot seat to talk about the experience of watching the catch live in real time as a 7-year-old.
Right.
So that's episode 1. That's out now on YouTube at Pearce TV. Episode 2 is going to be the Billy Cundiff game, the 2011 AFC Championship game that my older brother, who's a Ravens fan, watched it with me. I'm a Patriots fan, and he gets to tell the story of us watching that game together. So, but I know it sounds like I'm making fun of people's pain, but at the same time, I think it's kind of a Trojan horse story in a way. It's getting people to realize just how deep this love of sports actually goes. Think about it. Absolutely. This was my high school head coach. I'm almost 30. He watched that play when he was 7. You can still see the visceral reaction on his face reliving that play in real time, because his love of sports in general, specifically the Cowboys and the NFL, goes that deep. And that to me is the true beauty of this sports fandom, that this weird shaped ball and our memories of it sticks in our craw so much that all these years later, something that broke our hearts and it still speaks to us so deeply. And that's something I feel like I wanted to capture, and quite honestly, I feel like I did with this series.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever do an episode on the misery of Cleveland, holla at your boy. Okay. Because we got the drive, we got the fumble, we got Red Right 88, we got the shot, we got the Browns leaving and winning the Super Bowl 2 years later.
So here's the thing. One thing, so this is season 1 I'm doing. So this first run of season 1. The one thing I wanted to avoid were teams that we already knew had a lot of tragic moments. Like I wanted to avoid the Browns. Just kind of said that. I'm sorry, bro. I wanted to avoid the Browns. I wanted to avoid the Knicks. Like I wanted to avoid the Cubs. Like I wanted to avoid teams that, like, if you think of tragic sports moments or tragic sports teams, those are the first ones that come to mind. You don't think of the Cowboys first. You don't think of the Ravens first. You don't think of, I'm gonna ruin episodes. You don't think of the Bears when it comes. That's the third one, is an episode about the Bears. Like you don't think of those franchises first. I'm a Patriots fan. I have an episode on here that you definitely don't think of the Patriots when you think of traumatic sports franchise.
Well, I'm old enough to remember when they did. Oh yeah, I remember the Grogan years.
Oh yeah, but this is Brady era. I'll spoil it. My episode's on the Philly special.
Okay.
My college roommate and I, we watched that game together. He's an Eagles fan. The Super Bowl party we threw together was when the Philly special happened. I'm not going to ruin how it went, but it went how you think it went. So yeah. so the way telling those stories behind sports is really and truly what interests me when it comes to sports. We can hot take all day. We could talk about breaking down the events of the day and recap. I love that too, but where my true passion lies is the storytelling behind sports.
Absolutely. I think that's pretty dope, man. I think that's pretty dope. Well, it's funny that you say that you're a Patriots fan, because you can feel kind of, obviously you can see what I'm a fan of, and I'm kind of in the seat that you were just in, as in where, you know, my franchise was, you know, it didn't have moments, but really wasn't winning, and then all of a sudden things change. You get a certain quarterback coach combination, and it takes off. So, hey, can you explain to these other losers how it feels to be in a dynasty right now?
Wait a minute, sir.
Okay, I know that's a facetious question, but I'm gonna answer it. Honestly. Number one, to you, Mar, I will say enjoy it. Enjoy it. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it. Do not. You're old. It's happy. So the Patriots won their first Super Bowl. I was 6. So like I grew up with the Patriots dynasty. You feel me? So like. It took me a while to really realize, oh, this isn't normal. Like
Yeah,
thinking you have a chance at the Super Bowl every year is not how every team feels. That's crazy. You've
yeah.
experienced the other side of it. So
Oh yeah,
while you have it now, enjoy it. And for everyone who hasn't been in there, there's no greater feeling watching a game, going into a game every Sunday, and because of your quarterback, because of one player, no matter what the star position is on any sport, actually, because you're a point guard, because you're a goalie, because you're
Mm-hmm.
whoever, whatever sport, because we have that player, we're good.
at quarterback. Yeah, we're
We're
good.
good. We're good.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're gonna win every game, but
Yeah,
there no team puts fear in my heart as long as we got 15, as long
mm.
as we got 12, as long as
hmm
we got the hoodie, as long as we got Big Red, we're good. We good. You don't have another word for it, man. They're
yeah,
like it's an unmatched feeling that, quite honestly, the fan of the sports in me wants every team to experience. Like, I would love for the Browns to one day have a dynasty. You want to talk
yeah,
about a fan base that deserves it? What?
yeah. They do.
Yeah.
I just want
Give
y'all to get one. Just get one.
You know, I mean, we had
One.
LeBron, so we have had that experience of, hey, look, we got LeBron, we good, and he got us one. You know, so it was just
yeah.
one, but we'll take a dynasty over the conference. You know, we'll dominate the league later on. But
That's gonna be, by the way, that's gonna be appreciated so much more in hindsight, especially now that we're what 7 years in a row without a repeat champion. We're gonna look back at
yeah,
LeBron winning the East every year for a decade and being like, oh,
yeah,
oh, maybe we should have appreciated that more.
That's
absolutely,
fair. That's fair.
Like
That's
absolutely,
fair.
teams aren't even going to two straight finals anymore, let alone winning two in a row. Meanwhile, here's
right?
LeBron. His kids visiting the finals every year like grandma house, and everyone was like, "Oh, but he and Jordan."
He's still at my house. It's crazy.
All right, all
yearly
right.
yearly trips to the finals.
Yep.
What are some finer sports that you like to watch? Obviously, you're a Patriots fan, so football's on that list. What other sports that you are definitely into, and teams that you personally follow?
So I'm a Celtics fan as well. Uh,
Oh,
so watching
ugh.
Jason Tatum, well, I'm still recovering from watching Jason Tatum go down on national TV. So we're gonna sore subject. We're gonna move past that. Uh, love the WNBA. Love women's ball in general. Ever since watching Maya Moore when I was in middle school, and they won a bajillion games in a row, and it felt like
Mm.
every night on Sports Center it was, "Hey kids, Maya Moore dropped 30 points and UConn won again. Want to see the highlight? Want to see the highlights? You're damn right, Stan Verrett, I do. You're damn right, I do. Run them. You're damn right I do. Play it again. Like that era made me a women's ball fan, and then you get into watching a Brittany Griner at Baylor, and then they get to the league and they're still just as good. And obviously, a Asia Wilson, a Angel Reese, a Caitlin Clark now, and now Young Paige, who came into the league and is already getting straight to it. Like
All
I love women's
that,
ball,
that is-
man.
yeah, that's
Like
dope.
it's
That's
like I love watching women's ball. Like that's where when I made it a point to not cover women's ball so I can have some sport that doesn't feel like work that I could just enjoy.
Fair.
So like
That is
that's my one that I could just turn on and be like, all right, bet. Like Dallas and the Sun are going to be on the TV the moment I get off this podcast. So like
last question, and then I'll let Bobby do what he need to do. Obviously the discourse around sports media, when you talk about ESPN, FS1, and some of the talking heads, and even podcasters like us, where you at? Like where you kind of sit on that spectrum? Where do you kind of like take certain takes or what people say on the mainstream kind of with a grain of salt, or you ignore it, or where you at on that spectrum right now?
as far as a listener, it's hard for me to listen to other people, mainly because I do this. So and I
Mhm.
want all my opinions to be my own. So if I do say something, anything that comes out of my mouth, I don't even want it to be, oh, I accidentally heard Bill Simmons say this and like through osmosis it influenced my take. I don't even want it to be that. Like it's so hard for me to listen to other podcasts now. I try to when I need like to get outside my own head about something, but other than that, no. But as far as the actual sports media landscape, I think the consumers, we have to look ourselves in the mirror a lot of bit, because ESPN, FS1, and all these companies aren't stupid. If people weren't watching these shows in droves, they wouldn't be on TV. If
Hmm.
these podcasts weren't flourishing and these hot take media, and if it wasn't working, people wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
It's like the reality TV craze of the mid 2000s during the writer's strike. Like, yeah, it's on TV because it works. And if you
Yeah.
don't want it to work, don't watch it. You don't have to. There's so many great there's so many great sportscasters out there. There's this podcast we're on right now. Outside of myself, there's a Theo Ash. There's all these film nerds that will break down. If you want to learn the sport, they exist. They may not be on linear television yet, but even like a Kenny Beecham is now on the ESPN too. You can catch him. Like, I think every flavor of sports media entertainment you can find if you're willing to look for it.
Hmm.
And if you're not willing to look for it and you'd rather complain about what's on TV, I think that says more about you than what the content is.
Yeah.
Mm,
100% agree.
big facts. Big facts. And yeah, once again, we appreciate you hopping on with us, bro. So let's get in here and take care of this main business that we got to take care of. And we start every show with our shout outs and honorable mentions, the little things that we noticed that we might not want to spend a whole lot of time on, but we get to it. So Mar, you got anybody want to shout out before we get into the good stuff?
Hey man, I'm a sports fan, so I'm gonna shout out the Florida Panthers for a back-to-back champions, bro. Stanley Cup
Hey,
champions. I enjoyed the Stanley Cup Finals. They took care of business in six. Hey, uh, for some reason, the Canadian sport is getting dominated by the state of Florida for the last almost 11 years now. So it just like no, literally like between them and the Tampa Bay Lightning has been kind of crazy. So,
hey,
but
we,
yeah,
we got
man,
one in there. Vegas Knights, don't forget. We got one. We got one.
you did. But I'm just saying, it's been a Florida domination. But no, shout out to the Florida Panthers, man.
For sure, for sure. Man, I got a few. Hey, shout out to the BET Awards. If anybody had a chance to check those out, they actually put on a pretty good show, man. Solid show. Very enjoyable. Lots of great performances. I like the 106 in Park. Honoring, I guess you call it, that they did. Look, got Bow Wow to come outside and say, "Hey, man, Bow Wow was like an underrated performer, man. We forget that dude was he's been famous since what 3 days after he was born. Um, so
Might have been 3 days before. Best performance
but
since inception.
for real, like yeah, shout out to them for getting it done. I got to be a homer. Shout out to my guy Abdullah Mason, 19-0. Next fight should be for the featherweight championship. Featherweight, not featherweight, lightweight championship. I think he's going after WBO. He's the number one contender for that. So, hey, we got hands in Cleveland. Talk sideways if you want to. Hey, shout out to Kai Sanat, man. Kai Sanat, I think the other day on his stream, he's got an interview coming up this weekend with LeBron James. And a while back, he said if you ever interview LeBron James, the first person he would call would be Cash Nasty, and he admitted to growing up prior to him getting into the content creation room that he watched Cash Nasty, so he kind of looked up to that guy. And so he set that up, and sure as hell, first person he called was Cash Nasty. So Cash Nasty is going to join him live on his stream with LeBron James. People don't know who Cash Nasty is. He's a streamer. I want to say, I guess you could say he's one of the Godfathers. Been doing it for a while, but he is a LeBron stan. For anybody that has watched this dude, he's the LeBron stan.
LeBron stan. Yeah, glad he's the LeBron stan.
The definition of it.
Yeah, but ironically, he's never met him. So this is actually going to be his first time in person meeting LeBron James. So shout out for Casanat, for making that happen. And y'all know I'm getting back into wrestling. Hey, shout out to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan suffered an injury on Monday Night Live. Um, a lot of people thought it was kayfabe. Nah, I knew when that joint happened. Nah, she ain't playing. She's hurt for real. Her match is cut short, and I guess as it turns out, she's gonna need surgery, so she's actually gonna be down for a while. Um, so yeah, shout out to her. She kind of carried the women's division all of 2024, and so we're wishing her a speedy recovery so she can get back to it. Kev, you got any shot? Anybody you want to recognize before we get into the good stuff?
This is gonna sound like it's so out of left field. Shonda Rhimes for the book The Year of Yes. I've been on my mission to read 50 books this year. Her book was book number 42 that I've got to so far. It is June,
Right.
so I'm gonna shatter. I'm gonna shatter that. But
Yeah.
it's that book was to me the biggest. I think most self help books are bullshit, but that one. Sorry, I never asked if I can actually curse on here. My fault. But I think
You're good.
most self. Okay, great. My bad. So
You see it first.
okay, so I think most self help books are awful, but the way she framed hers, which is I was always looking at my life like, oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Of course, I can't say yes to that. I have to say no. I have to deny everything. I have to work. I have to work. I have to work. But the moment I started to actually say yes to more of these opportunities and take time outside of work, my work started to get better. My family life started to get better. Everything started to actually blossom. So breaking out of your shell in a way that actually can boost the things that you think being inside of your shell is protecting, if that makes sense. Like you think you're hoarding your success, you think you're holding on to it by closing yourself off from the world, but the truth is you're actually hurting yourself. And it spoke to me on a very deep level because I am someone who is guilty of being a hermit and being like, oh, what? No, I have to look up football players from the 1920s. Of course, I can't go out tonight. Like, of course, like that is an actual sentence I said to somebody. So, like,
Oh, I like it. I'm gonna give you the.
so
Yeah.
like, I am dedicated as someone who's like dedicated to their craft. There's a line between cutting yourself off from the world and still
Mhm.
going maniacal in your craft. And I can't look myself in the mirror and say I'm more dedicated to what I do than Shonda fucking Rhimes. So like that book really spoke to me. So thank you, Shonda Rhimes. Shout out to you.
Absolutely. That. Yeah. I definitely like. I would. Yeah. Hey, dog. Yeah, I gotta look up some Brown stats from 1954. I can't hit the. I would do that. I would legit do that.
Like, and you know, it works for me because all my friends and like women I talk to, they know what I do. So like that doesn't sound like a bullshit lie, but like, especially 3 days later when they see the video, they're like, "Oh, he wasn't kidding." Like,
that reminds me of who's it? What was the name of the show? Jamil Hill and Michael Smith used to do a show together, and I guess somebody asked them
numbers
like,
don't lie.
"There you go, thank you." Somebody asked them like if they ever dated, because from the state, I think they went to college together, or knew each other in college, and she Jamel Hill, she put him out there. She said he stood her up to play Madden, and I thought that was so dope.
That's crazy.
I thought it was so dope. Man,
That
shout
tracks.
out to Michael Smith.
Man, sticks over chicks, bro. Sticks over chicks.
Oh man,
More loyal.
Hey yo.
Man, speaking of sticks, though, man. Hey, the Indiana Pacers took a stick to the backside of the OKC Thunder last night.
What a transition.
Hey, Bobby smooth with it.
Boy, took them out to the woodshed and then some, enforcing the Game 7 in the NBA Finals. Although the ratings are down for true basketball fans, this has been a hell of a series. Lots of good moments. Even though last night's game was a blowout, like it was still entertaining to watch. Just the emotion going through the Pacers, the benches. They realized that, hey, we got a chance to win this series next game. And even looking at OKC being down and kind of, in the fourth quarter, you watch them. I think they caught SGA on camera on the bench talking to Jalen Williams like, hey, it's for all the marbles on Sunday. So, just the electricity in the crowd. Shout out to Reggie Miller with the Jalen Rose jersey on courtside. Tyrese going through what he's going through. He's fighting through the calf strain. Calf. If you've never had a calf strain, they are
Ooh.
painful. They are painful. Just imagine having a Charlie horse and not being able to get rid of it. That was my experience with
And
it.
then having to play basketball.
Right, right. Because if you don't play, then it that's a whole nother set of things. But yeah, and they came through, and it turns out they didn't really need nothing. He only had 12 points. Uh, lots of guys stepped up. T.J. McConnell stepped up for like the third straight game. Obi Toppin stepped up once again. Nimhard, just Miles Turner making Chet Holmgren look like he's still in high school. Um, guys, what are your thoughts? I'll toss it over to Kev first, man. Um, just not only last night, but what are your thoughts on the series in general and the way it's going? And we'll get to Game 7 a little bit later. But yeah, your thoughts on the series as it stands right now, 3-3.
I think you hit it on the head. This is a series for the ball knowers, man. This is a series for the people that love basketball. This is not for the casual fan, and I don't work for Adam Silver in the league office, so I don't give two shits. This is for me to enjoy watching the basketballs in front of me. Shout out to your man AP. Game 7's already sold out. I love it because what it reminds everyone of is these OKC crowds are fantastic. Like, they're so good and they add to the experience. These Indiana crowds are great too. Ask anyone from Indiana how they feel about their basketball over there. Dear God, like their Hoosiers exist for a reason. like those people love their basketball up there. The crowd environment's been great. I'll even give the ESPN broadcast crew a lot of credit. Richard Jefferson, Mike Breen, and Doris Green, I think, have been exceptional throughout these finals on the play-by-play. The presentation has been better for me. It's been like this high-level basketball. There's been some low-level basketball on the sides of both teams, including, I think, the Thunder kind of rolled over a little bit yesterday. Whenever this, I think they kind of were like,
they knew it was over.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, let's save our energy for Sunday. But overall, man, I'm loving what I'm seeing from this series. I think if SGA wins, he'll be the first MVP to win the finals since, I think, Steph in 2015, which is crazy to say out loud. I think the way we're going to look at this is 5 years from now, we're going to look back at this SGA season and say this is one of the best MVP seasons we've ever seen. Like, just this steady presence of 30 points, 35-5, 35-5, 35-5 again. They won almost 70 games, and then they won the finals in 7. Like, this is just a consistent year. MVP, best player, best team, worthy performance, and then to end it with a ring. That's going to put the cherry on top. And then if you're Indiana and you pull off this upset on Sunday, oh, dear God, this is one for the history books.
Yeah.
This is one for the books. I can't wait, man. As you can tell, I love this series. I love what I'm seeing from both teams.
So you give Jalen Williams no chance? Well, there's some people out there saying that if OKC wins, J-Dub should be MVP.
I hate when people do that. They do the whole. Oh, what if we don't give the best player on the team MVP? I'm like, yeah. Then we end up having stupid arguments for 5 years, like we did with Steph. Just give SGA MVP, please. Just give SGA his award. Like, let's not do this again, guys. It was stupid the first time. It's stupid now. Let's not do this again. Just give him the award. It's fine. Guys, it's okay. Like, just give the best player the award. It's okay. We'll live.
Mar, what's your thoughts on it so far?
Man, I just been enjoying the roller coaster of, hey, y'all take this game, you take this game, oh, we'll save our bullets for a 7 game, and then it's just, back and forth. So it's like when you see how game 1 went down with Indiana coming back and then Halliburton does what he does with a clutch shot, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, OKC was like, oh man, maybe we weren't going to buzz all through these dudes. And then game 2, they pretty much had control of that whole game. And then, the defense pretty much was like, nah, we gonna keep you guys at bay. And then, man, it just keeps going back and forth. It's like when you watch tennis and you seeing that volley keep going back and forth, but boom, bow, boom, bow, boom, bow. Like Like who gonna fold? So it's like when you get to game 7, man, it's when you a sports fan, like that's some of the best shit in the world. Game 7,
Yeah.
and especially with the championship on the line, all the marbles.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Absolutely.
didn't we all have that dream as a kid? Whatever it was, football, baseball, something. We all dreamed of like having that moment if everything comes down to the marbles, like for a championship, and like you can just, man, I'm geek, bro.
Yeah.
and
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 absolutely.
NBA owes this because y'all didn't give me shit on Father's Day, you raggedy motherfuckers, for that. I was pissed.
Oh, it's
I
because basically the play-in tournament has pushed the playoffs back a week. So if it wasn't for the play-in tournament, it would actually finished on Father's Day. But
so wait, hold on, Bobby, hold on. So you telling me
yeah,
that I didn't have nothing to watch on damn Father's Day? I had to
because
watch
of the play-in tournament.
I had to watch Abbott Elementary, which is not a bad substitute, which is good show. But what I'm saying is why did I not have NBA Finals on? You know what? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't be caring about us. So you see, Mother's Day, y'all to move mountains for Mother's Day. But y'all didn't get, never mind. My bad,
I
dog.
mean, we
To
just
be
got to get you
fair,
some better streaming services. That's all.
to be fair, two years ago, when Jason Tatum's Game 7 50 piece against the Sixers, I did abandon my mother on Mother's Day to watch it, and I have no regrets. Real quick, your man AP's in the comments. He brought up the free throw merchant thing for Shea. I know he's bringing it up jokingly, but I have to say this. Guys, every great scorer is a free throw merchant. Every single
Yeah.
one of them. All of
Yeah.
them draw free throws. Kobe did it. Jordan did it. Bron did it.
Mhm,
Kareem did it.
mhm,
You go. Kevin
mhm.
Durant does it. Everyone who does that rip through. Everyone who
You get
does the pump fake, get him in the air, jump into him. Like every great scorer ever, with the exception of Shaq because he couldn't shoot free throws. All of them are free
it's a
throw
lot.
merchants by your standards. Please stop with this narrative. Please.
And actually, when was the last game 7? Is basically a pick 'em. Honestly, it was 9 years ago. 9 years ago, you know, when the Cavs and the Warriors played game 7.
Dear God, don't say that. 9?
Yeah, 9
Yeah.
years ago that was.
Oh
And
my God.
I will forever be grateful to the Golden State Warriors
Oh,
for giving us one of these.
Ooh.
But speaking of moments, there was a moment last night.
Mm.
You know, oh, where'd it go? There we go. Yeah, like
That's what hoops is made for, man.
um,
James Naismith looked down and smiled.
like just and the thing I love because people always send me on social, send me these highlights of and there was no push off. He didn't clear off. That was body to body. I'm going up, you going up on your head.
He gave him a hug on the way down.
I'm saying.
I don't know. He almost did that center shit and almost turned him real quick, bro.
Hey, yo.
Especially when he came down and did, yeah, it looked like you almost turned him, bro. Yeah.
Looking forward to Sunday, Game 7. Everything on the line. Winner take it all. From the beginning of the series, I picked Indiana. I picked Indiana to win in 6. It's not gonna happen. I'll take 7 though, because again, when I'm right, I'm right, and when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong, but I'm right.
I said OKC in 7, so I gotta roll with it. I said OKC in 7, so I gotta die with it.
Fair. I'll take your apology Monday as well. Who are we looking for? I mean, of course, SGA. He's been the most consistent player in the league all year. He's gonna do what he does. Who are we looking for on either side to kind of step up and be that X factor if either team wins? For me, I'm TJ McConnell. Last couple of games, he's been kind of. I mean, he's been – picking it up for Halliburton. Let's just call it what it is. He's been picking up for him. But, who are we looking for on either side to kind of step up and be that X factor if either team wins? For me, I'm TJ McConnell. Last couple of games, he's been kind of. I mean, he's been picking it up for Halliburton. Let's just call it what it is. He's been picking up for him. But Obi Toppin has had these moments in all these games where out of nowhere he'll hit a three, he'll grab a big rebound, he'll get a block, he does something. So I'm looking for Obi to have another one of those game one where he hit five threes, something like that. I'm looking for Obi to kind of be the X factor to bring it home. If OKC wins, I think I'm looking at Alex Caruso. I think he had some moments like in game two and in game 4 and 5, and then kind of he like I didn't know he was on the team last night. So I'm looking if they bring it home. I think Alex Caruso has a couple of big plays. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Mark.
Clee. Oh, okay. Well, for me, I'm leaning towards OKC to win this game 7, but I'm looking more at Chet Holmgren, and I just kind of look at the inconsistency when it's been with Chet. Like we kind of spoke about it last night. I'm just like, man, Chet, like you over here getting clamped down. Like, and what was crazy is that you look at what he did in game 3 when he started out hot and he made a couple of shots early, but then he faded, and then it's like, well, damn, like he still ended up with a double double, and it's like, but it kind of got lost. I don't know. That's kind of weird to say that a double double really got lost, but one of them was in the loss and one of them was in the win. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just Chad Holmgren just kind of been real up and down, and you just kind of look at the offensive skills that he got, and I'm like, man, he should really be like out there like killing it, and on a normal basis. Like I just think he's that new generation of players like him and Wemby are just different body types, where it's kind of like, yo, like they put it all together, man. It'll be crazy. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of reading too deep into it, but I'm looking at Chet. If he comes out hot and kind of keeps it real steady and doesn't fade off towards the end, he could be a nice third option for OKC. If the defense tries to hone in on SGA and J Dub. So just my thoughts though.
To me, the best part about game 7s is that both teams, there's no tricking the other team no more, right?
Yeah.
You're playing mano a mano, straight up basketball. There's no more trickery. It's going to be more iso ball than we're used to. And if that's the name of the game, Lou Dort is going to dominate everybody in a Pacers uniform because he might be the best perimeter defender in basketball. And if game 7, we're going to let them play rules come into effect and he gets to be as physical as possible, God help us all, because he's going to be able to do what he does best, which is bully people to the point where everything he does on offense is a plus. If he goes 2 for 9 on offense, we're grateful for the 2. And we just keep it moving because that's not what he's here for. We have two 25 to 30 point scorers. Your job is to shut down the other team's best player, and he does that. So if we're getting full blown, we're unleashing Lou Dort, and we're just gonna say, hey Tyrese Halliburton, you're not scoring today, then that's probably just gonna be what it is. So to me, he's the X factor for OKC. The Lou Dort, if they're gonna let him play, you gotta let him rock, and if they're letting him play, I like Lou Dort's chances.
Fair. I'm not mad at that at all. Like, when did this dude become like a 70% 3-point shooter? That's where every time he throws up that bullshit shot, it goes in. Like, this dude is shooting rainbows, damn near hitting the roof.
Shooting like this, and it's cash.
Yeah. Cash. Shooting like 2K creator jumper, and it's just going in. Like, they ain't even touching the rim. But I can't be mad at that. Ludo, and his defense is boy. If he don't, he's gonna get one of them DPOYs 1 year. Not this year.
He should have got it this year.
Nah. Shout out to Evan Mobley.
That's post player bias. Post player bias, man. Post player bias.
Player bias.
Should have given it to Lou Dort. They're
Which
holding
is actually
80 points.
But you know what? I get what you're saying, because if the game is more on outside, like y'all should start like awarding the defense on the outside. So I feel you.
I feel you. He does a great job on the perimeter, preventing guys from getting to the hole. But you know,
I'm just
somebody who
saying.
lets everybody into the hole is Bonnie
Whoa,
Blue.
that's the craziest ever dropped on this show.
Bonnie
That's the most
Blue.
crazy.
I ain't
That's
doing this shit, man.
Let's give it up for Bonnie. uh, Bonnie Blue. For those who don't know who Bonnie Blue is, and I'll admit I didn't know who Bonnie Blue was till like a week ago. Actually, I knew who she was. I didn't know her name. That wasn't important.
Mhm.
But now it is important because she became the first person to ever be permanently banned from OnlyFans.
It's
The
crazy.
reason being is because she wanted to do this thing she called it Bonnie Blue's Petting Zoo, in which she put together a. If you've ever seen the Netflix series You, and you know the box he has in the basement where he keeps people locked up.
Mm.
She had one of those made, and she basically just wanted people to be able to come in, and if they wanted to have sex with her, come into the room. If they just wanted to watch and be voyeurs, yeah, that's the word. They could stand outside, but she wanted to be treated like an animal in a petting zoo. And OnlyFans decided that that was the line that they wanted to cross. Now, mind you, prior to this, she had done something where we were talking off air. She like I don't even know if you want to be recognized as she holds the world record because she had sex with 1,000 men in a 24-hour period. She had also done some content where she had sex with quote unquote barely legal teen boys who had just turned 18, and she they turned them into men, quote unquote. Uh, some other OnlyFans, I don't even know what to call them, participants, for lack of a better word,
Fucking funny as fuck.
have
Right.
have expressed their satisfaction in her being man, basically saying that she should be in trouble for more than that, saying that she was grooming young men, like basically guys who weren't 18 getting ready, couldn't wait to turn 18 to get a chance to partake. And my thing is like, though, but aren't y'all all grooming underage girls who have or see this as a potential means to get money?
Make money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Like, so how you gonna be mad at her? But keeping the
I
phone,
mean,
like,
if we're gonna do that, if we're gonna do that, if we're gonna do that, then there's a lot of people grooming young men to get money in ways that are going to literally get them killed.
Yeah.
Then that's a very long line that I don't think is a conversation we want to get into on this show.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a long rabbit hole. You are correct. But keeping on Bonnie, like, what?
This is wild.
I don't
Seeing
even
you
know how
try to
phrase the
formulate a question is so
Yeah.
funny.
What?
Mar, you want to take this one over, buddy?
Should,
you want to take? You wanna take
should
the
she
wheel?
have the right to present this kind of content to the world?
Well, obviously, she's already got a niche for some wild kinky shit as it is. I'm just kind of confused how, like, draw the line for OnlyFans. I mean, y'all pretty much have been allowing damn near everything under the sun. I'm just.
I think there's a bigger play. I think what it is, honestly, I think Airbnb is in conjunction with this because
She rented the
basically-
house.
Right. She openly says she's going to use an Airbnb, to which now, in order for this to happen, she has to give out the location for people to come. So you're now potentially jeopardizing somebody else, and putting this information. So from that standpoint, I 1,000% get it. Like, whether that person is using it as their permanent residence, they just happen to be on vacation and
Use you as
try
a
to make some
lawyer.
money, or like, but Yeah, I think they got outside pressure. Let's put it like that.
Oh well, yeah.
Cause
There's always gonna be outside pressure because this this nation in particular has a weird kind of love hate relationship with sexuality. It's kind of weird. I can't understand it. It's like it's taboo on certain things and accepted on certain. I don't know where the line is drawn. I just do my own personal preferences. So regardless, uh, I just think it's like it's that legal line that you're talking about. I can understand that if they're honing in on that and trying to ban her for certain safety reasons because that's somebody's residence, then that's fine. I I don't know, man. This is weird. This is, I mean, just me. I don't know. I got three daughters, and it's weird to have this kind of
yeah,
conversation
right,
about a woman who is. And I'm not trying to downplay her sexuality. That's her duty, but it's just it's a lot of body, bro. I'm just kind of like, whoa.
yeah. And
Wait,
she didn't put a limit to this. Like
but
the
who am
thousand
I?
stunt was a
So
set number. She was going for 1,000.
I mean,
This
who am
she
I?
has no number.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of sitting here. So I'm gonna go real far left here.
Go for
I
it.
am one of the few people on the planet that am actually pro prostitution
Okay.
for the sake of one, it's going to happen anyways. Clearly, you're not going to tell me. Yeah, good.
Nuts.
Welcome in. So,
that's
because you're not
uh,
going to tell me that what she is saying, the whole come inside my petting zoo and either pay to have sex with me or watch from the outside. That's
Right.
prostitution, guys. Like I don't know what other y'all want to put on it, but that is what that is, right?
yeah, yeah,
People
Yeah.
want to do it. It's a matter of, are we going to let people do this safely and legally? Are we going to let them do it behind a back alley or, in her
Right.
case, a jailed
air.
bookcase in an Airbnb basement? Right? That's just one of those things. So I'm a lot more liberal when it comes to sexuality than most people. With that said, this is my first time hearing this story. I just found
Okay.
out who this woman was yesterday because I just so happened to be on TikTok and I
Right.
saw one of my favorite creators be like, "So y'all telling me y'all wouldn't knock down Bonnie Blue?" I'm like, "Who
No.
the fuck?" I'm like, "Who's Bonnie Blue?" And I had to Google it. I mean, obviously you can tell that she's a porn star. That's one of the most porn star names in the world. Like, I'm assuming her mama ain't name her Bonnie Blue. Like, I looked her up, and to be honest, this is one of the most generic looking white women I've seen in my life. Like, there's at least like, I hate to break it to y'all who find her, who are like daydreaming about this woman. If you walk into your local Whole Foods at about 5:23 p.m., there's gonna be about seven Bonnie Blues walking around, walking around in the produce section. All you gotta do is wait.
Yeah.
But
He's
for,
oh,
the-
yeah,
but for this actual topic, I find OnlyFans pretending to come from a place of morality comical. Like pretending now you want to be moral, like stop it, bro. You've been a porn site forever. Just keep being a porn site. I'm sure that if you go on some of the other ones online, you'll find some sick, nasty, twisted shit that is
thank you.
probably worse than whatever this woman's doing, right? And that is just fine, and people are profiting off of it. And no matter how much the 5 per month, 10 per month, 1,000, whatever they're giving this woman per month, I promise you, OnlyFans is making more off of it, or else they wouldn't have a functioning website. That's not how that works. So, with all
Yeah,
that said, it's weird for me to look. And again, all I know is everything y'all heard Bobby say just now. That's all I know. if there's more, if there's more to this story, I don't know it. So before anyone comes to kill me, I don't know it. With all that
Uh,
said, how can I look at this woman who, for all intents and purposes, just doing what all other content creators do and be like, hey, I did this in the past. Time to one up it for the next thing I do. It
right.
just so happened hers involves taking it. You feel me? Like it's just it's a different discipline, but it's the same concept. So
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
It's kind of hard for me to judge this woman coming from that aspect. I'm looking more at OnlyFans. Like, don't try to act like the moral police right now.
Yeah. I think
I
that's where I
mean,
was mainly at too, because it's like, dang, like, bro, like, yeah, because they get a certain percentage of all this content that's getting made. So if these shorties is making something millions, what do you think they make it? Like, damn.
yeah.
So like,
I think the
yeah,
speculate or not speculation, but the guesstimation is she makes about $2 million a month via OnlyFans, her content on OnlyFans.
As in,
But
she makes or her content makes, because those are two very different sentences.
she makes
hmm
her net
So if
is
she's
about
making,
2 million a month.
that means OnlyFans is making at least that.
Yeah. And that could be like on I don't think it takes into consideration her own crew because these these girls are like coming up out of nowhere. I know one of the main women that has something against her. She like put her earnings up. She had $76 million, bro,
huh?
and like $76 million in
A
her
year?
lifetime. In her lifetime. She's been on OnlyFans 5 years. Her total income from that is $76 million.
So she signed
She's
5
she made
76.
40.
Huh?
She made 40 in 2024.
5 for 76, bro. That's a starting wide receiver in the NFL.
That's what
Like
I'm
you can
saying.
get a
Yeah,
number
for
one
real.
wide. That's number one wide receiver money. Like
For real.
that's 1,000 yards and 10 touchdown money. But on some real, this is gonna sound like I'm contradicting what I said earlier, but I promise I'm not. The one thing I don't understand about the OnlyFans trend though is like
Shout out to
I'm
Man
pretending
Down
like
Sports, man.
man down sports, man down bad sports is what's going on over there. But nah, gang. Like
Escorts.
esports that's good. Esports is great. But nah, bro. Like porn been free on the internet forever.
For a long time.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to figure out how we're now at multiple multi-million-dollar OnlyFans models. Now, by all
Absolutely.
means, ladies, get your money. Men, get your money. Wherever you are on the gender spectrum, get your money. I ain't here to hate on y'all. I'm just confused as to where people are pouring this money into something that's been free pretty much since it's been on the internet. Like that's where I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Because it ain't a lot of broke dudes. It's probably a lot of regular Joes. And then, there are 2 or 3 just dudes who have money for no reason that are like gifting these chicks like 100 G's, 200 G's for no reason. Like, so yeah, man, get it how you live. But my only question is, like, if she would have met Diddy a few years ago, he wouldn't. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
Relax, bro. See, you keep going rogue. You keep going
I'm just
rogue.
saying, certain people were made for each other, and if they had crossed paths a while ago, he might not be in the predicament he in because apparently she is down for it.
Talk about a love TKO. Like that's a oh my god.
You gotta relax, bro. Like you keep going rogue, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy.
Hey, salute. I appreciate you.
Absolutely nuts.
But I mean, hey, like I said, get it how you live. I'm sure this environment is, super stressful for these ladies, and I mean, it could be stressful for the husbands who sneaking down to the living room to open their laptops and check out these ladies every night. And yeah, no, that just leads us to, our main subject, which K. Pearce wanted to cross over, and that's the mental burnout one can go through while still trying to be ambitious and pursue personal goals, professional goals, life goals. So I'm gonna go through these comments real quick, and we'll let K. Pearce kick off our final subject of the day.
So this is something.
Down. It's just neither.
I got
him.
him. Yeah.
I use something totally different. This is why the rabbit hole is as deep as it is. I'm
double entendre. Don't even ask him.
He threw it up. I'm not gonna dunk it though. I'm not gonna dunk it. Nope, not gonna do it. Okay, go ahead, man. Yeah,
So this is actually a topic me and my therapist go back and forth about a lot. I'm pro therapy. Everyone should be in therapy. Blah blah blah. But
absolutely.
I am, if in case you didn't hear the first 5 minutes of this podcast, I'm insanely ambitious. I have lofty goals that I pursue on a daily basis. However, there is a line somewhere where the exact line she told me is over self determination without self care is simply self harm and a Gucci belt.
Mm,
Meaning,
Mm.
if you're trying every day to improve at this and improve at that, and I got to fix this and I got to fix that without giving yourself any damn credit, without giving yourself any damn break, all you're really doing is critiquing yourself over and over again and driving yourself to madness trying to make it better without any reprieve. And the line between that and self harm is about as thin. I was going to say something so crazy. It's very thin. It's a very
Yeah,
thin line that most people are not skilled enough to walk, myself included. So which
yeah.
is why I want to bring this up. All of us here, we work at it. We y'all do your own 9 to 5 jobs, and you also do this. So I want to ask y'all what y'all takes on this topic is. How do you balance being ambitious as well as being in hot pursuit of your goals at all times?
mm.
I'll let Mark go first. I'm fortunate. I get to do this all day. This is my
Yeah,
9 to 5.
this is it's crazy that we're having this conversation because like I got so many hats, man. I, between at least 4 or 5 different projects ongoing at a time, podcasting,
Yeah.
father of 3, lousy husband, lousy son, lousy brother, and I say that jokingly, but
Yeah.
I realize my own flaws. I get so
Right.
wrapped into all the hats that I wear that I forget that I gotta like before all of this, I was a son, I was a brother, I was a cousin, I was a friend, and you lose sight of that sometimes because you looking at
Appreciate
the
y'all.
because you feel like all the grinding that you're doing is getting you closer to the ultimate goal. And I'm like UK. I'm like I get so entrenched into all the hats and to and all the grind that I do for what I imagine what my end goal is that I forget that I gotta be a son and a brother and a husband and a father and lately you know I'm just like, you know what? I'll get to it when I get to it. And because I'm like, the older I get, and obviously, we unfortunately we deal with circle of life. I'm about to be 38 soon. I'm in that point where uh, grandparents unfortunately are going to start kicking, and unfortunately, we're in that age where you start looking at friends just dropping out of nowhere, and you're like, you're 40 years old. What's going on? And you look at mortality differently. I'm just being honest. The older
Mm.
you get, you get it differently. So as much as I want to get to that ultimate goal, I do realize that you know time is such for me, it's such the most important currency right now. Time. And there's because once it's gone. And I, I I'm enjoying the time I'm spending with grandparents. I'm enjoying the time I'm spending with family. I'm enjoying the time I'm spending with friends. And I'm enjoying and just enjoying positivity around me. So like I'm on a straight like if some shit on some bullshit, I'm fuck it. I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck away from me. No, literally, that's what I'm on right now. If you want some bullshit and you bringing negativity towards me, fuck away from me. Mm-mm. Because I'm not. I'm in such a let's let's enjoy every damn moment as much as we can. I understand there's life. There's gonna be some downs and some hurdles, but I'm still not gonna try to dampen my mood. I'm just that's where I'm at in life. So this is a very interesting topic. So I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I still understand that there's a grind, but like I'm no longer putting uh you know podcasts and hey man jump on it. Yeah, I really want to, but I already promised that my daughter has a event. You know, she has a recital, and nah, I can't do it, bro. So that's just where I'm at, man. Finding that balance.
Yeah. Uh, Damn, I really appreciate where you started at. Like when you said like I'm a shitty husband, I'm a shit because a lot of those same thoughts and feelings go through my head. It's
Hmm.
like how do you draw the line between wanting to pursue whatever you want to pursue, be it professional or personal, and the things you have to do. Again, I'm with you. I'm a dad. I'm a son, grandson. I'm a nephew. I'm a brother. So all these things, and it's like me. I've hit where am I in my life? I'm at Unc status now, about to be OG status, and it's like it came a point in my life where I really stopped living for me. I've done like a lot of the things that I want to do. The things that everything I do now is to put down a foundation for the people in my life I care about, whether it be friends, whether it be my kids, whether it be my wife, whether it be my family members. Like everything I do is built around trying to leave something behind for them. So um, it's not really being ambitious for myself, but it's being ambitious for them because I don't want them to have to worry about certain things. But like the thing about where you started is that stuff weighs on my mind so heavy, and that for me that can burn me out more than anything, and especially because it makes like I'm the type of person my mind just runs. If I have too much time to think, I would just think about everything, and I'm also the type of person I won't let it out. I'll hold it in. So
Hmm.
then it just eats away at me, and it can lead to moments where it does bite into that ambition because it'll lead me to not want to do something because I'll feel I'll just say guilt for lack of a better term. I'll feel guilty about something else, like, and it could be the smallest thing. And like we just had Father's Day, right?
Hmm.
My son gave me his Father's Day gift to me uh, was a set of father and son necklaces, and in the you open the package, and it says like I forget what it says exactly, but it basically said like my dad is my hero, and I'm looking and I'm like, I know I'm gonna break down, but this is my safe space. Fuck y'all. Um, um,
That
like
needs to be on the shirt. It's my safe space. Fuck y'all.
yeah, like in that moment, I just felt like so proud. I was like, damn, like I'm really my son's hero.
Oh
But
fuck! You
then
about to get me? God damn it!
it's like no,
Damn
because
it!
it's
Uh,
like my oldest son. It's like wasn't that to him? You know what I mean? Because I'm on my second marriage. I was married before I got divorced, and in that divorce, like I spent so much time chasing something and being ambitious and trying to do that, trying to just push so hard that it allowed me to not be there. You know what I mean? So it's like by not being there for him, it kind of changed my perspective to how I am now, to where I can better balance that time because I don't want my youngest son to feel the same way as my oldest son. And my oldest, he has every right to feel that way. And like we don't speak as often as I would like, but we speak, and it's just so I don't know. Like I really don't know how to get that balance out. Like this is a great. Like I'm so glad you brought this up because this is a real thing, man. Like
you know what's
people don't
crazy?
understand this. Like what we go through is man, and that trying to
Both
find that balance.
both of you brought up fatherhood and marriage, and to be honest, so I'm almost there. I'm turning 29 this year, right? And
Right,
that is something I think about. Like I have again lofty fucking goals,
yeah,
and I struggle to see when and where a
That fit in.
family fits into that
right,
because I know I want one. I know I want to be a loving husband. I want to be a great father. I want to be all those things. But as I'm in pursuit of these crazy lofty goals, the EGOT, the statue in my honor, all the lofty things I say I want to accomplish. Like as I'm in pursuit of that, I struggle to see where also build a family and make it as strong as it can be fits. I see other people, so I know it's possible.
Right.
I don't know how and where it can be possible for me. It's something I go back and forth about a lot. But Mar,
I'll
if
be
if I'm hearing you correctly, you kind of landed on the family is the much more important thing, anyways.
oh, it always is. But I'll be honest with you. There's 24 hours in a day. And when I say when the time is the most important currency, is like what are you using all those 24 hours for? Yeah, you need your rest. Yeah, you can find is a through my life, I've done a lot of managerial positions. It's been and it's weird how they wired me, but it's crazy if you really think about it. Like instead of just saying, "Oh, I couldn't get to it," it's more like I didn't make time for it. It's just making time for certain things, and it's just what you do is you. It's almost like you doing like a mental spring cleaning just about every year, where you like, all right, what's in my life that's worth keeping around? This is not no longer adding value. And let me, recycle through it and just, but the main things are the main things. I mean, that's just kind of the craziest thing. And it may not mean a damn thing to you, but it's just the best way to describe it is you hone in on what's important and focus on that, and everything else that if it adds value to it is added bonus, but it's not necessary. Um, I mean, would I love to be as rich as Bill Gates right now? And yeah, who wouldn't? Fannie Mae still kicking my motherfucking ass. But at the same time, so I'm so rich in like memories right now. Like to see that uh I was fortunate to have three great grandparents that I seen. And like literally till I was like almost, 10, 8, 11, you know, vividly remember them. So now that my kids are literally living in the same city with my grandparents and they get to see their great grandparents on a normal basis, I, I'll get to that podcast later, man. Let me enjoy this. It's finding what matters, man, and just and taking it because man, we get one shot at this motherfucking thing in the physical form, and it is what it is. So let me hone in on what matters.
Yeah. I think it also takes like I mean we use this we have this saying that it takes a village to raise a child.
Hmm.
That don't stop at childhood. I think that carries into our adult, personal, and professional life. Like in order to attain the things that you want to, it takes a village. Like to me, you have to have somebody in your corner who more than supports you is gonna have to be able to tell you the truth and you accept it. Like I'll use the example again. Like in my first marriage, anybody knows me knows. Once upon a time, I used to rap. Like, and my first wife, I remember I did a song and I had this chick sing the hook, and then we do the song, Kevin, and I bring it home. Hey, check this out. And your response to me isn't, "Oh, that sounds good." Oh no, you change this. I don't like the way this sounds. The thing is, when can I be on the hook? The fuck you mean? Like this is not a game to me. Like I'm doing this to try to pursue X Y Z. Like this ain't a hobby. And it's like so if you have people around you that treat the things you do not as
As a
important as you feel it is, that
mm,
that can lead to more stress, which can you know change your ambitions. Now I feel like my current wife is 100% supportive, and that lends itself to what me and Mark talk about, like the things as a father. Um, hey, the kids want to go to a park. Oh, I got a podcast. Hey, don't sweat it. Do what you do. We'll meet up later on. Okay. Um, my daughter has a dance recital. I got a podcast. Well, you're gonna have to miss your fucking podcast. Like she, she helps me keep the balance and be grounded in what is important and what is okay for me to do when it's okay for me to quote. I mean, not necessarily be ambitious, but hey, I understand you need to do certain things. Like she understands this, which makes it easier for me
Mm.
to then be ambitious. You know what I mean? So now, KP, you're lucky. You're fortunate. You found you found what you want to pursue prior to being married. For me, it didn't happen like that. I was married and found out what I wanted to do. So like we have to think of it different. Mark feels the same way. Like we have to think of it different. In your case, you get the opportunity where you say like, it's almost feels like you don't have time for to start that family or do. And I also kind of feel like you can't control love. Like if it's gonna happen to you, it's gonna happen to you. But
Mm-hmm.
because you're already on your way, you're climbing that ladder. You can kind of mold, or I don't say mold. That's a terrible word. You can find a partner more suitable to your ambitions, which it shouldn't slow you down. But like
And the
we
vibes,
didn't do that. We had to mold our ambitions around our part. You know what I mean? So for you, it should be a little bit easier going forward. That's how I feel.
and and the vibes you give off, K, you give off the vibes that I already know that you like. Hey, ladies, don't come with me with no bullshit. I ain't. I already know that you already give those vibes. So uh, that you already got that check. All right. So you already know you ain't gonna deal with no foolishness. So you'll know.
99% of the time you are correct. The 1% of the time, hey man, the flesh be weak, and
Hey,
sometimes in moments of weakness of flesh, you got
hey, hey, bro. I know, bro. Hey, trust me, I know. Hey, you ain't gotta
KB,
explain. Hey,
KBB,
hey,
I
KBB,
hey,
mean,
let me see what's going on with Bunny Blue.
hey,
Oh, man.
hey, hey, sometimes that tussie rolling be rolling. You feel me? I feel you, dog. I
sometimes you
got
gotta
you.
stop by the local Whole Foods at 5:32 p.m. and
Hey,
see if you can find you a Bonnie Black. See if you can
hey,
find-
hey. I'm just saying. Hey, you ain't saying nothing but a thing. You know, I don't. Hey, yeah. So, but nah, man, you already got that one, the big one checked off. Where you already know you ain't gonna do it. Trust me, you'll.
Yeah,
If it ever happens, it'll be organic as hell. It won't
yeah,
be planned because if anybody tell you they planned it, they lying like hell. This shit you just don't plan it. It like love and family just jumps on you, and you like,
yeah,
oh, all right, I got 9 months to get ready. Well, not you got 9 months to get everything physically ready. Mentally, it's gonna take a little bit longer than
yeah,
that, but but no, you I can tell you got the vibe that you got your head on. You trust me, it won't stop your ambition, and it shouldn't because
yeah,
you'll find time to make for things that you love. And if that's a family and a wife and your ambition and the things you want to do, it'll all fit under one umbrella. And you'll start, like I said, you'll start picking off stuff that you start really noticing that really ain't necessary. And then you're like, all right, let me
yeah,
hone it down to this. It just organically happens. It really does. So
yeah. Before we move on to the Fit Friday check in, I want to acknowledge what AP said, man. AP said the mental struggles has hit me really hard lately. I can't go back to my job due to the potential of re-injury, but trying to not let it get to me one day at a time. Absolutely, and we're sending you that healing energy, and you in our thoughts, AP. But like just to that, like I ain't gonna get a whole spiel, man. Everybody, if you know AP, you know what he's going through. Um,
hmm
but that's a different
mental thing to do.
that's a different mental thing. No, when your
Yeah, because
path
you
is
talk.
chosen for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, the path is chosen for you due to injury or inability. Like, and this is the struggle I feel like athletes go through when your body tells you, nah, you can't. I don't really know. I've never been in that situation, so I don't know how I would react if I mean, I had a broken finger one time when I was a little kid, and nobody believed me. Didn't take me to the damn hospital for 3 days. But that's neither here nor there. Uh,
sounds about black. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, you just gotta go lay down. Your finger's fine.
yeah, put some Robitussin on
Trail.
it.
I told you put Robitussin on the finger.
You don't drink that
uh,
ginger.
Because you're always on that phone. That's why your finger hurt.
uh, no, unfortunately, date myself. Cell phones weren't a thing at this time. They weren't
Look,
real. That was
I was
something you
going
seen on movies.
I was gonna let you say it, not me. But
As
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
the cell phones were real. They were just big and bulky and gray, and you know what I mean.
oh, you had the brick. You brick
I
time.
didn't have a brick. I didn't have a brick. I wish I would have.
Oh, you bricked.
cell phones
Yeah,
used
but
to be suitcases, man. Like,
pretty much. Uh, yeah, that's a whole nother mental animal, man. When your body tells you you can't. Uh, so that, I mean, all I could say is going through something like that. Hey, lean on your community, man, friends and family. Uh, make yourself useful where you can, and then stay out of the way when you know you can't. Because ain't nothing worse than everybody pretending like they don't want to tell you to go sit your ass down. Because you in the way. That's the worst.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
that's real advice, though.
Nah.
Yeah, man. Because we've all been around that, but they just want to be helpful, but you know that you can't. But bro, just nah, man. Hey, somebody calling you in the other room.
Like,
Y'all
go
know
sit
what
down.
it is, man. Yeah.
Somebody call him.
But yeah, definitely appreciate KP for bringing up that topic, man. That's real though, man, because that's just another. I don't even want to put it on as men, because I'm sure women go through that as well. A lot of women out there want to be ambitious, so
Nah.
yeah,
Especially
I can't
those
even. I
mothers
can't.
and wives and stuff. Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah,
And the burden of child rearing is put on them in a much different way.
Whew,
So I couldn't even
absolutely.
imagine trying to
Hmm.
balance being an overly ambitious woman along with, oh yeah, you're the matriarch type shit. Like,
hmm
Hmm.
Like I looking back and mean at my childhood, it was like my mom kept a job, and it was like she never did a lot of manual labor. Like she was always like the manager of something, or like
mm,
so held a relatively high position, especially for a female once upon a time. But yeah, man, you're right. That's a different level of stress, and then having to come home and deal with me. Yeah, fortunately, it was just me for the first 16 years of my life. But this is that time of the show. Y'all know what it is if you've been with us. Where we do that thing where we check in on each other as men. Shout out to my bro Shaka. He started this whole thing. I'm just continuing it for him. But we ask each other three key questions, and I'll start with our guests. Uh, a, we check in with each other every Friday, and we ask each other three key questions. You can keep them, spread it along, use it how you will. We don't care. The goal is just to make checking in with your homie besides a dap and a hey, what's good with you? All right, you straight?
mm.
All right, let's hit the club. More, we got to go beyond that now, fellas. So the questions are: what stresses are you dealing with lately? What have you done to eliminate those stresses? And what do you need from me to help you get through those stresses?
What stresses me right now is balancing. Here's to hoping no one from my 9 to 5 actually hears this. Balancing taking care of my reality while chasing my dream.
Right.
Mm.
The whole being the greatest sportscaster ever, that goal right now isn't paying the bills, but my 9 to 5, which I'll keep to myself because the internet is crazy, is.
Exactly.
But that doesn't counteract the point of I spend 40 hours a week of my life doing what I don't want to do with the rest of it. You feel me? Like that part is still something I'm coming to not coming to grips with. It's not like I need help accepting it. It is what it is. But it's one of those that I still struggle with a lot of like, all right, another day of not working on my dreams for 8 hours in a row. All right, let's get it. Like,
Right. Yeah.
like it's one of those type of things. And what am I doing to eliminate the stress? Trying my best to push at myself as a freelancer as much as possible so that if it's that income can supplement to the point where I'm moving to part-time, or Lord willing, this is what I do full time, that would be great.
Right.
Cutting my expenses dramatically. Like,
For sure.
yeah, like that. You don't realize how much money you spend on stupid shit until you budget and have to write down all the stupid shit you bought. And you're like,
Yes, Lord.
fuck. You're just like, oh damn, maybe I shouldn't have got carry out 2 nights in a row. Maybe that was a dumb idea. Huh.
Yeah.
I should make smarter decisions. But it's just things like that. And then as far as what I need from y'all, conversations like this are helpful. Being able to get some of this shit out, so you're not toiling with it or waiting for another therapist appointment to do it. Like this is incredibly helpful, and I do appreciate the platform y'all built here at Audible, man. I appreciate y'all having me on.
No
For
doubt.
sure. No doubt. Mar, same three. What stresses you dealing with lately? What are you doing to eliminate those stresses, and what can I do, or what can I do to help you get through them?
Man, I'll be honest, man. As much as I've been, and that's why I said this was kind of ironic that this topic came up. It's because, like, yeah, I've been enjoying the time with family and whatnot, but I'm just kind of like, feel like I don't know what's next, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, and sometimes you just like, I just don't want to feel like I'm a hamster on a wheel, just running to be running, and like
Right.
I'm just hoping that this because like I feel everything that K Pierce is saying, because like I've been on this grind for so long, and like I just don't want to feel like it went for nothing, because I feel like I've invested a lot and gave this whole podcast thing a lot. So, but I guess the only thing I need from you is just obviously uh keep pushing the boundaries. I don't think a lot of people are talking about shit like this on their podcast.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I never told you this, Bobby, but a lot of people come to me and they're like, "Yo, bro, I really love what y'all doing on the Audible podcast." They'll be like, "Yo, that's something different," and like I take pride in that, and I hope you do too, because like it's just when you hear people say, "Yo, that's something different," when we know that podcast is such a trendy ass thing to do right now, and so it's kind of like, just to hear that, it's like, I don't care if we, well, do I want this to grow? Obviously, but
Yeah.
but you get what I'm saying, is like,
Mhm.
that I value that over, oh man, we only got 28 views. Oh, I enjoy the expression of the content, and because I think we've already promised each other. We're not gonna sell out to get no stinking ass views. So it just won't. That's just not how we rock. That's not how
Yeah.
we vibe. So I mean, yeah, man, we just gonna keep on trucking, and I'm gonna throw your way. What any stresses you got, and how you eliminating anything that me and K Pierce could do for you, my bro.
Today is this goddamn camera, boy. I tell you, I'm about to throw this one out the window. That's about to be the
Hey,
remedy.
hey,
But
hey, Bobby, on some real, I got a couple of cameras. Just let me know. Your address, and we'll because I got a couple of cameras. You just need a stand for them. That's it.
I got
Or
to stand. All like this, I'm good. It's just it give me trouble every now and then. But yeah, no. Today, like I said, I've been fighting off a migraine. Everybody knows I deal with migraines. Um, Sometimes they come in flurries. Sometimes they went off. Today was not a bad one, so I'm able to fight through. Thank the heavens for that. Um, Other than that, nah, I mean, just like the conversation we had. Honestly, the stuff we talked about has been on my mind a lot. Like I say, Father's Day just passed, and it made me think of my oldest son, like, and things I need to do to, whether it be mend or further, that relationship, and obviously continue to build the relationship I have with my youngest son and my daughter. Uh, Besides trying to keep her off of OnlyFans, Jesus Christ. But now the things you guys can help me do is is just
We're having such a great moment.
yeah.
hey, but KP,
Hey,
at the
that's
same,
real. That is real.
but at the same token, I got I got 3 daughters, and in about 10 years, I'm gonna have to have that same fight. So I was about to ask, like, let me know what your strategy was, so you can let put me on in a few more years.
Yeah, that is real. Like I say, our job as a father is to keep your daughter off the pole, the corner, and OnlyFans. So
Hey,
if
yo,
you do if you do those three things, you done good. Um, but nah, yeah, what I need from you guys is just that motivation, whether you know you provide it or not. It's like a lot of people and a lot of guys that we're friends with in this podcast community. I'm in the chat. You'll see me pop the finger in there and know I'm around. But it's not only to show support, it's to see what you got going on, and it's to be a thief. Sounds funny, but it's true. Like, I want to see what Mars doing in his podcast, because if he's doing something that I feel could be useful, whether to me personally or to us here on Audible, I want to try to do that. I want to add to my bag, so to speak, as the kids would say. I want to add to the bag, and I feel we should not only look at the major talking heads. We should not only look at the Joe Rogans, the Joe Buttons, the what's the freaking, I'm so tired of this word. I know, the pivot. I swear I'm so tired of that word, because as soon as they blew up, everybody started using the word pivot. But we should not only look at them for inspiration. Like, why can't we look at each other, man? I should be able to watch K Pearce and see what he's got going and say, you know what, I want to try and top that. Or hit him up, hey man, see you doing this, how can I incorporate that in what I do? I should be able to look at Mars, I should be able to look at AP, I should be able to look at Ball and Buds, look at everybody in our inner circle. And like I say, so for y'all, just keep doing that, man. Keep motivating me, keep pushing me to do better. And to what said Mar, absolutely, man. I absolutely take pride in that. um I want to put him out there like that, because it really wasn't like that when I first came across K Pearce and I told him what we do on Audible. He's like, "Oh man, that's great, man. Yeah, I do take pride when somebody hears or sees what we do and thinks that is a step in a right direction, a forward direction. Yeah, that is a sense of pride to me." Or just like we had guys tonight in the comment, "Hey man, what platform you using? Hey, that background looks like these things." I take pride in. I take pride in how the show looks. I take pride in how it comes across, because you never know who's watching, and you never know who's watching who can help you, or you never know who's watching that you inspire. So yeah, that's all I'm do for me, man. Just keep pushing me when I put y'all on and look at your content. Hey, just make sure it's on point, so I can get something from it, and so I can use that. Hey,
Will
use
do.
that to launch me. You know what I'm saying? And that, like I said, it's 100% real. So I probably watch more independent content than major. So, um, yeah, that's it, man. Let's keep pushing each other, keep growing our bags. Uh, you know, each one teach one. I know it's old school, but hey, it's still what it is. Let's not be the crabs in the barrel. You know.
Absolutely.
Um, Before we shut it down, our challenge of the week. Got anything you want to challenge the people to do this week, Mar?
Man, I really didn't think of nothing, man. I'm just, man, y'all go enjoy life, nah. Because and reason why I say that, because I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get down to South Carolina. Unfortunately, had an uncle pass away the other day, so
Oh, sorry to hear, bro.
um,
Sorry
yeah,
for your
man.
loss.
Nah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, yeah, man. Nothing extravagant, man. Man, go love your peoples, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Go love your peoples.
All right. Know if you was ready, KP. If you want to throw a challenge out, use just a mental health
Oh,
challenge without the people.
I challenge everybody to watch Sports Guard at K Pierce TV on
For sure.
YouTube. Episode 1 is
Absolutely.
out now, about the catch featuring Coach Michael Neesmith. Episode 2 will be out this Sunday, about the Billy Cundiff game featuring my older brother. It is actually low key great for your mental health. It is catharsis by proxy, by watching people go through their worst sports moment. Oh, thank you, Miss Suzanne. I appreciate
Yeah.
you.
That's my
Thank,
auntie. You
thank
know.
you, thank you, thank you, Auntie. I appreciate you. But yeah, watch Sports Guard. It's the best thing I've ever done. It is my 30 for 30. I think it's my magnum opus, and I can't wait for more people to see it.
That's what's
Absolutely.
up.
Absolutely. And my challenge this week to the people. Uh, comes from a lesson that I learned this week. Um, don't take for granted when someone asks you for your I don't know how to say not help, but when somebody asks you for your input, I think sometimes we take that for granted. I'm not talking about a favor. I'm not talking about somebody like, yo, man, can I hold $20? I'm not talking about that. When
Mm.
somebody asks you for your input or to do something, sometimes we have this thing where it's like what they're asking for may not be super important to us, and we kind of, okay, I'll do that. We put it in our list of to do things, right? And it's like, all right, I'll get to that. I can't. I got to take care of this first, and then we check again. Okay, yeah, I could take care of these things before I get to that, because there's gonna come a time in your life when nobody wants your input. So don't take it for granted when somebody wants to hear your thoughts or how you see something or how you would do something. And that's something I forgot, and I was reminded of that this week. And so yeah, man, it's don't devalue, and by doing it, you're kind of devaluing yourself. You know, so don't devalue yourself, and definitely don't devalue the person asking you for your input, because it's a bigger devaluation on them, man. The reason they're coming to you is because they value you and your opinions and your thoughts and your ideas. So, you know, keep yourself in a high esteem in their minds. So, you know, don't take it for granted. Value it while you can, because like I said, there's gonna be a day when nobody gives a shit what you think.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and until that, uh, like listening to like listening to Ray
I
Vaughn. And
listened to the album. It was good.
I listened to Ray Vaughn as well. I was trying not to say it was just me and my aunt. My aunt had a conversation, so this is based on the conversation we had. I was trying to keep on low, but since you got to say no. I'd say no. Yeah, me and my aunt had a conversation, and she expressed that to me, and I really had to think about it, and it was like, yeah, you know what, you're right, but don't get used to it. You still be wrong like 3 out of 10 times, Auntie. I ain't, I don't need you getting the big head over there. But yeah, no, she was right, and so yeah, I did listen to Ray Vaughn, and it was trash. So bottle cap on it. Nah, it wasn't trash.
Dang.
It wasn't trash. It was a
Dang.
decent album. It was a decent album. It was better than the Carter Six, for sure. Um,
And Wayne's my favorite rapper ever too, and it hurt.
Hey, thank
yeah,
you.
definitely better than the Carter Six. No,
Yeah, that was
it was a solid album. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I mean, he's still not my cup of tea, but no, it was a good album. Like, I got through listening to that album, I got a better understanding of who he is. So yeah, it was decent. Um, I wouldn't say I'm a Ray Vaughn fan now, but like, nah, it was a very solid project. It was a good first album, because that's the best. It was a fantastic first album. Now, let's see if he could do it again. But with that, before we get out of here, I want to thank K. Pearce for hopping on with us, putting up
Thank you
with
for
us.
having me on, fellas.
No doubt, no doubt. Again, before we get out, let the people know where they can find you.
Oh, at K Pearce TV on all platforms. That's KPEARCE on all platforms.
Absolutely. And Martin, what you got for the folks before we get out of here?
Hey man, y'all know the same old, same old. Y'all bring your asses back on here next week. Oh, wait, and I'll talk about that. But yeah, hey, y'all know what to do. Hey, like, share, subscribe for Lala. Jump on that ass. So that's just what it is, man. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. Why are you yelling, Auntie? Don't you know that all caps mean you are yelling at me? You are yelling at me on
tells me about
TV. That is
your emotional
emotional
maturity.
maturity.
Hey, that is crazy because she was not in all caps in her other comments, but went bananas that one. And the album. Now, I thought the album was solid. It was like I go
Yeah.
like a 7/10 for me because it was like real vibe out West Coast feel. Like I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely, you know, definitely smoke a blunt at that joint, like riding out on a nice little road trip. So yeah,
Yeah. I say it was a
that's how I
good
judge music. I judge music on a road trip capability. You know what I mean?
on the road. Would I play that on the road trip? I don't think so. Not for me.
See, you ain't trying to ride out. You ain't trying to vibe out. See,
No,
yeah.
I try to vibe out. That's just not it.
He got emotional damage. Emotional damage. Yeah, something ain't right with Bobby. I don't know, man.
What?
We need
No, that's just not like. There's no like. I need a break, bro. You tell me your story, but I need. I mean, okay, every 3 tracks, like I need something that like my perfect for the ride album is Equimini, to which I think is the greatest hip hop album of all time. But yeah,
Ooh.
I put that in no skips for real.
mm,
Um, the low end theory. That's
I
ride
feel
music.
Mm.
Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Jeezy's first album. That's ride music. Nah, but hey, for me, y'all know what I'm about to do before we get out of here. One more time, please follow the directions on your screen. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on so you know the next time that we are here and you can be heard as well, which is every Friday about 7:05 Eastern, 4:05 Pacific. And for me, hey, you catch me here on Thursdays with our reaction show, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. And we gotta add something new because I be forgetting that Mars from Central Time Zone. So what is that?
An hour
6
behind the east, so that'll be
hour.
6.
All right,
yeah,
so yeah, we gotta throw that in there.
it's,
So yeah, that's 9 Central, and whatever time I said Pacific. Can't my thoughts is all scrambled right now. But also Tuesday you can catch me with the fellas over at the Rec Room. We'll be talking the Indiana Pacers winning the NBA Finals. And actually, I'll also be on
so
Ballin'
confident.
Buds. I'll be on Ballin' Buds as well, chopping it up with those guys over there on Tuesday. But other than that, man, hey, say goodbye. I mean, say hello to La. Do what she said, or she will pop up in your closet about 2, 3 in the morning. Yeah, she stays with the fresh linen in the background.
That's the most creepiest shit in the world, bro.
And y'all heard the man. Take care of yourselves and each other, man. Peace.